This horse that I'm following has some digestion problems, man.
Join us for the ride of a lifetime.
Let's watch an idiot try to ride a motorcycle. Some guy rides.
Alright, I don't know what I was worried about. Water was low, super easy, no problem, and I don't think I ruined my motorcycle. So that's good. Here's another one for Dolphin setup, where he trailers the bike on a bike. It's like taking a roller coaster to an amusement park. I think that's the most apt one so far, right? Some rough patches in this road, but it's very pretty. And I recognize a lot of this. I think this is on the Georgia Traverse too. Or maybe I remember it from 2 years ago. I was vaguely looking at the map to see if there's any roads that are headed in the same sort of direction that I might try, just for variety. But the Zumo is not great for scoping stuff out. I really want to be a consultant for Gaia, and we'll make a device like the same size and shape and screen as the Zumo, but just do it up for motorcycle people. Like, I want a setting that I can turn on and off that says something like, I don't know what, like, I don't know what it would be called, but the function would be, you can see all the roads and they don't get smaller as you zoom out. And of course, that's going to make a mess at times if there's a bunch of roads together. But sometimes you need to see where a road goes without having to like scroll around on the screen and like try to follow it. It just doesn't work. Or maybe you touch a road and it highlights it, and then just that, only that road stays visible no matter how much you zoom out. Or a group of roads. You know, like say I'm looking at this screen. Well, that's not a good example right now. I'm just saying. Me and Gaia. Let's do it. Because I was thinking, maybe I just need to find a ruggedized phone that's like that size. And then I can use everything, all the apps you have on a phone. But the problem with that is, the thing that the Zumo does that the phone doesn't do is if I have zero service and I search for a gas station, it's still going to give me results for gas stations through the satellites somehow, some kind of magic. And a phone, as far as I know, can't do that. If there's an app out there that you guys know of that does do that, let me know. But I still think Gaia, even on a screen like that, would drive me crazy the way it is. It needs some updates. It needs some features. It needs a screen lock or whatever, just so that your settings are locked. GoPro needs that too. So you can lock it to video mode. Wow, it's such a dumb design. Some old school stuff back here. Okay, one of these places, I'm not sure which. I think it's that little brick thing. Maybe. Dillard House Farms. I don't know. I think it's that. Anyway. I guess it was a boarding house in the early 1900s. And Thomas Edison and Henry Ford stayed there. There you go. There's our history lesson for the day. Dillard, Georgia. Alright, just turning off, across the state line into North Carolina, turning off in Otto, probably about 10 miles south of Franklin. And this is the Coweta Forest area, something. I'll show you, remember what month Johnny Powell and I did this on the Hondas. And I remember on this section, I bet I'm going to remember the exact spot when I see it. It was Mother's Day because we had both called our mothers. We suddenly had cell service way out in the woods and we called our moms to wish them happy Mother's Day. When is that? May? Mother's Day is in May, right? Yes. What is this place? I saw something about hydro something. Hydro. Stream flow. Alright. There, you can screenshot that and learn about stream flow. This is the spot where we called our moms. This is very exciting. Very exciting. The views out there are amazing, tough to see, but just badass. Must be a good hike up there. Note to self. Pickens nose. Oh. Anything coming? No. You can't see it, can you? Oh, man. Sorry. Of the lake down there. Already getting nostalgic. I know I mentioned it last time we were here, but it's just a kind of a special place for my family. We got a little cabin up here for like 7 or 8 years in a row, from when the kids were in like elementary school up into high school, and we would go there every year and just do nothing. All we would do was read, eat, drink, and float on a pontoon boat. We'd go out in the middle of the lake and just like throw throw little cheap rafts in the water and just lay around and go to there's a couple islands that we'd go to eat lunch, bring a picnic, always make the same thing, always had the same sort of food for dinner every year. Because kids love that shit, man. Kids love traditions. And there was no cell service, no internet. So reading was the thing, the entertainment. And then at night we'd watch movies. Speaking of movies, I've never watched a movie on a trip before, I don't think. It's weird. I don't know why I was into that this weekend. Anyway, just some good times. And nostalgia, man, I don't know if it's that healthy, to be honest. Because I don't know. It's not a good place to spend too much time. Like pining for the way things used to be instead of concentrating on the present. But it happens. Because now the kids are out of the house, away at school. Those days are gone. We still love hanging out, though. I think we're all going to go to, my oldest Marcella is going to drive from App State to the house. And then we're going to go to Wilmington to hang out with Milena, celebrate her 20th birthday. Freaking 20th birthday. I will no longer have teenagers. I mean, Jesus, dudes. What has happened? What has happened? I mean, all the cliche things you can say. It goes by in the blink of an eye. Jesus. Craziness. What are you gonna do? Another blink of the eye, and I'm gonna be dead as shit. That's why you gotta do it all now. Do it all now. Whatever it is, do it now. I need to take my own advice, though. There are some whatever it is that I'm not doing it now. I need to take my own advice. Man, when these trees lose the leaves, it's going to be incredible out here. Incredible, I tell you. Oh, and my wife, I can't remember why this came up. Like, I've said this a million times. She's like a health nut. She's super fitness person and super health. Like, she's all about it. She's deep into it. And I don't know what it was, but she wanted to see her 23andMe report that my sister got us a million years ago. My sister got me one for my birthday, and she got me the full Monty, like the genetic markers and all the stuff. And then she got it for the two kids, and Jen, she got the normal one for Christmas. So anyway, she looked and realized that she didn't have the genetic marker one. She has to upgrade for that. And I'm like, dude, don't do it. But anyway, when she was in there, she looked at my profile, and I have a marker for late onset Alzheimer's. And I sort of remember seeing that and being like, well, it's better than early onset. And then I forgot about it. Because what are you gonna do? But she's like, now she's looking up, she's like downloading Luminosity and all these brain, you know, because she doesn't want me to lose it. I'm more like, whatever. I mean, what are you gonna do? Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. But she's like, no. But I would really prefer, I mean, obviously it would be nice to know if you have a genetic marker for something that you could do something about. Like, I don't know what, but, you know, something that you could do something definitive and it's gone now. But there's so many vague things in that stuff, and I'm just afraid stuff is going to show up on her report and it's just going to make her lose her mind and obsess over it, you know, which isn't good. Or even worse, go down a rabbit hole with a doctor, and then they I just have this belief that the more you can avoid going to the doctor, the better. I mean, go if you have to, of course. Get your checkup. But, you know, if they're like, well, you know, you could get this test. No, don't do it. It just, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Because, of course, maybe something like that could save someone's life. But also, I've just heard of people like, they get a test, it's non-conclusive, but it could be this other thing. And then they go down this rabbit hole, and then it's just a mess. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just let it creep up on me. But that could be a mistake, you know? You don't want like you don't want colon cancer creeping up on you. At least I don't think you do. Alright, let's go see this lake so it can make me sad. Place, man, and it's not too built up. There's some areas with houses. There's one crazy house over there. See it over there? It's massive. But most of it is national forest, so it's just pristine. It's a man-made lake. It's beautiful, and there's some town that was down there that they flooded. And you know what? I think there's a short story. Future Ange. See if you can find that short story that has something to do with the town underneath Nantahala. And if you can find it and it's not terrible, put a link to a PDF for no one is gonna take the time to read it, but do it anyway. No, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm asking you nicely. Please, Future Ange, do me a solid.
Hey, Future Ange here, and because you were so polite, Past Ange, I will do this favor for you this one time. This is it, though. I'm done with you. Also, you're high. You wrote that in 1997, before you had any idea there was a Lake Nantahala. And in the document, it says you were on Dreer Island. So that's on Lake Murray. So that's where you were. That's when it was. That's a million years ago, and nothing to do with Lake Nantahala. Similar situation. So I get why you were confused, but there's the deal. So anyway, I put a link to the little story in the description. If you didn't see the posts, I started a Substack, which is like an email newsletter that you'll get occasionally. It's free to subscribe, so go do that and check it out. The reason it's cool is because I can communicate in real time, whereas these videos are like months after the fact. So go check that out and subscribe. Right now, I'm posting stuff about the Tour de Mont Blanc. It's the daily sort of travel reports. I put all the old ride reports on there from the TAT and from the East Coast BDR ride. And those are kind of it's a fun way to look at the trips from a different point of view. There's lots in the writing that's not in the videos, and some of it's funny, some of it's stupid. But when you're sitting on the toilet, it's something to do. But also in the future on trips, when I'm doing ride reports, I'll send those out immediately while I'm on the road, which is kind of cool. I'm not going to do ADV Rider anymore. I'm just going to do it myself. So go subscribe to that and you'll get those, and check it out.
I wonder if I'm making that up. I don't think I am. And I'm sure I mentioned this last time too, but when we were at the marina getting fuel for the pontoon boat, we'd always talk to the kids there, and the high school has 14 people. Nantahala High School, the entire school. Fascinating. Going through Andrews, and we're gonna go up there, and I think we're kind of closing in on it. I bet there's like one or two more sections of dirt, and then we'll be in Robbinsville, and that's the end of the route, and then I gotta get home. The weather gods, man. I don't know what I did right, but they are loving me this weekend. It's perfect. It's not hot. It's not cold. It is just right. So a sign back there said, this is Tatham Gap Road, and it said this was the near the start of the Trail of Tears. Look out for horses. Been filming it because, I mean, why would I? But this horse that I'm following has some digestion problems, man. There is some output going on, and it's like it's not just piles of it. It's like lines of it. I mean? It's like the horse had a giant bean burrito. Wow. Look at that. Yes. It's not over yet, and I don't want to jinx anything, but all things considered, not bad on this trip. My camera gear all pretty much worked. A couple freezes on the GoPro, but you know, that's what we have come to expect. Oh, look at this yucky stuff. The exhaust problems, the front end problems. A wee tad of fuel anxiety that was not called for at all. Although I do just need to bring 2 things of fuel. I really don't think one of them might get me 20 miles. Right? What are they? They're not a gallon. I think they're like 0.8. I don't know. If I knew my measurements, I could tell you, because I think it's under a liter. And if I knew how, I could convert that to gallons, but there we are. I don't think it would get me far, is what I'm trying to say. My setup is good. My knife actually worked for the wood. That night at Such's, I grabbed a couple logs and broke one of them down into kindling. Just with the knife and another log, just hitting it. And it worked good. And it's a little lighter than the axe, so maybe that's the choice. Plus I could stab intruders in the face too. But that knife is so sharp, man. Every time I get it out, I cut myself. Every single time. It's too sharp. I wish this dirt just ended in my driveway, because the drive home is a bit lame. I really wish my original plan, I'm so dumb. I went all the way south to Brevard and then went all the way back north to Robbinsville. Instead of, I should have looked at the map better when that gate was closed, because Andrews, which we just went through before this dirt, is it Andrews? Yeah, that's where I wanted to start the Smoky Mountain 500. But instead, I did something stupid. That's all I'm going to say. But whatever. I wonder if this road's on the Tat too, because I remember, I might be making this up, but I could swear Andrews was one of the places I thought about starting. I don't remember. Who knows? That right there That might be the last dirt, dudes. So sad. I might be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. I don't think I am, my friends. Also, don't think I forgot to do the tally-ho this morning. It's just too gloomy for a tally-ho. It was cold and kind of wet, and I wasn't feeling up to the competition, because now I feel like that I need to compete with myself on the length of the tally-ho, and I just wasn't feeling it. But also, I just wanted to make sure that that anything that you expect of me, you know not to. You know what I mean? I can't be trusted, and I just don't want you to depend on me for anything at all. Also, thank you, Andy, for creating this route. So awesome. If you are anywhere in this area, or I mean, people come from all over to do this route, and I know why. It's really pretty great. Come on out and do it. All right, there's Robinsonville. Thus concludes the latest version of the Smoky Mountain 500 on a Royal Enfield Himalayan. Thank you for joining me on this one, and I bet you won't even see this before the end of the year, but I do have this dream of hitting 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Share these videos with anybody you think might enjoy them, and hit the subscribe thing, like it if you liked it, and all that stuff. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hey, please like this video if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. Also, if you're interested, there are links to gear lists and goofy t-shirts in the description. Thanks a ton for watching.